Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the old Doc Peabody Advice Bureau has suggested that Lum pose as an accomplished singer to win the favor of Miss Emily, inasmuch as she has expressed an interest in singing. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jot-'em-Down store and library discussing the merits of this plan. Listen.
Well, I tell you, Abner, it ain't no good. It just won't work.
Now, Lum, you ain't give it a chance yet.
Yes, I did, too. I give it a good try last night. And I tell you, your advice just ain't no good.
Well, I know it's good now. It's your own fault if it never worked. Did you tell her that you was a great baritone singer?
Well, I dropped a few hints.
Yeah, but did you actually get up and sing for her?
Yeah. Or, that is... Well, Abner, you can't all of a sudden just stand up in the middle of somebody's parlor and start singing On the Road to Mandalay.
Why can't you?
You just can't, that's all.
I don't know why not. Miss Emmeline said that she could sit there for hours and listen to a deep, mellow baritone voice sing that song, didn't she?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I tried to work it in some way, but somehow it just didn't seem like the thing to do.
Well, whereabouts was you at? Over at the boarding house?
Yeah, we sat there in the parlor for at least an hour, I believe it was.
Well.
I taken the school budget for next term over there and went over that with her, and that was the excuse I used.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, we went over the budget, and that's about all.
Well, didn't you try singing at all?
Well, I did try some humming.
Humming? Well, that's no good, Lum. You gotta come right out flat-footed and sing the words if you want to get someplace. That humming ain't no good.
Well, I thought I'd start out with just low humming and then work up to some good, long, loud meter singing.
But you never got that far, huh?
No, it's a peculiar thing, but every time I'd start humming, somebody sitting in the parlor there'd get up and start the gramophone.
Oh, well, was there some other folks sitting in the parlor besides you and Miss Emily?
Oh, yeah. Some of the other boarders were sitting there reading newspapers.
Oh.
Sort of peeking over the top of their papers at me and Miss Emily. And that one old woman there, I forget what her name is right now.
You mean old Miss Agatha Oliver?
Yeah, that's one, Miss Agatha. She didn't even bother to hold a newspaper up in front of her. Just sat there and stared right direct at us the whole time I was there.
Oh, yeah, she's a starer, that Agatha. Yes, she can.
I don't know of anything that makes you feel as uncomfortable as having somebody stare at you. I know good and well I couldn't get up and sing with her sitting there.
Yeah, well, tell me some more about this humming. You say that every time you started, somebody turned on the gramophone, huh?
Yeah, it happened every time. Just a coincidence, I reckon.
Well, why didn't you just sort of sing along with the gramophone record then?
Well, I thought of that, but they never played On the Road to Mandalay.
Well, why didn't you sing whatever they's playing? That would have given her a sample of your mellow baritone's voice.
Well, about all they played was that Whistler and his dog. You can't sing that.
No, I reckon not. That ain't exactly a romantic song, I don't believe.
I did try to whistle along with it, though, because there's some whistling in it right along there at the end.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it. We used to have it over at our place.
But that never worked out neither.
Never, huh?
Every time I'd try to join in with the whistling, some dog would start barking. It embarrassed me half to death.
Well, Lum, that dog barking is right on the record.
Huh?
That weren't no actual dog doing that. That's part of the record.
Are you sure about that?
I know it is. It's on there.
Well, I'll swan to good.
Sure, I told you we used to have that record ourselves over at the place. Fact is, I used to bring my dog, Old Blue, into the parlor there and play that record over for him. I know he enjoyed it. Something wonderful, you know.
Oh, I can hardly believe that.
Well, he did. He'd sit there wagging his tail. Then when the record had come to the barking place, why, he'd bark right back at it. Yes, bark. I tell you, there was quite a friendship struck up twixt Old Blue and that record.
Oh, that's silly.
Well, it's the truth, Mom. You know that when little Pearl accidental stepped on that record and broke it, about 6 years ago, old Blue, he sulked around there for months.
So?
He done it, crawled clean back up under the house, and we couldn't even get him to come out for his meals. He just might not waste it away.
Well, I don't know whether to believe that or not, but I know that my singing never affected Miss Emmeline like that record did your dog. I know that.
Well, I still say that you never give this singing idea enough of a chance, Lum. How great of a singer did you tell her you was?
Oh, I don't know. Them things are hard to say, Abner.
Well, I don't think they're so hard to say. They weren't hard for me to say.
Yeah, but when you're sitting there... Wait a minute. Have you been talking to Miss Emmeline?
Well, not just right plumb direct. See, what I done, I told Cedric a lot of things to tell her when he went over there to school this morning.
What kind of things?
Well, just things about your deep, mellow, baritone voice, and how you was the best singer in the community, and how you always used to win all the singing contests.
Singing contests?
Yeah.
I never win a singing contest in my whole life, and you know it.
Oh.
You can't go around telling stories like that, Abner. You gotta tell the truth.
Well, see, Lum, I never come right out flat-footed and told him that you actually win any contest. All I done was just say, Cedric, would you be surprised if I told you Lum had won a lot of singing contests? And Cedric said, yes, Mom. Then I just let the matter drop
He
right
said
there.
he'd be surprised.
Yeah. So now if a rumor gets started about that, I don't see how I can stop it.
Yeah, but somehow it just don't seem honest to me, Abner. Of course, it won't work no way, so I guess it don't matter none.
It would if you'd give it a chance, it'd work.
No, I've studied up a new plan to get Miss Emmeline interested in me.
A new one.
Yeah, I don't know where it'll work or not, but it's better than stand up in the middle of the parlor singing On the Road to Mandalay, I know that.
Yeah, well, suit yourself, I don't care. I've got too many other customers to worry about just one anyway.
Here's what I sort of had in mind. See how this sounds to you.
No good, I don't like
Well,
it.
wait till I tell it to you. Don't
No.
start running something down. Wait a minute, I think that was our ring. You get it, Abner. I want to study on this plan of mine some more.
Yeah, you're just wasting your time, Lum. Old Doc Peabody's a place to get advice, I'll tell you. Hello! Jot him down, Store and Advice Bureau Company.
Yeah.
Old Doc Peabody doing the talking. Free advice to them that has trouble in the home. Mom? Oh, well, hello, Miss Emmeline.
Miss Emmeline? Wait a minute till I comb my hair.
You heard what? Oh, yes, Mom. Who? Sorter. Well, I reckon the reason Lum never told you is 'cause he's so modest, you know.
Does she want to talk to me now?
Why, he's been singing for years and years. His only trouble is he's just so bashful it's hard to get him to do it, you know.
Abner, don't tell her no more about that singing stuff. I'm scared of that.
How's that, Miss Emmeline? Oh, I don't know. Just a minute. Hold the receiver. Lum, how many singing contests do you reckon you won?
Oh, I don't know about... Wait a minute, I never win no contest.
Well, think of some number she wants to know.
Abner, you may as well tell her the truth.
All right, I'll tell her the truth.
That's better.
Hello?
Tell her and get it over with.
Yeah, well, Lum says he don't know how many contests he's win. Well, you know how it is. After you won so many of them things, you just can't keep track of them anymore, I reckon.
Oh, for goodness sakes, you're making it worse.
Yeah, did you ever hear him sing On the Road to Mandalay? Or here in Pine Ridge, I mean, but that song. Yeah, that's his favorite song. It's yours, too. Well,
Please don't tell her no more of that.
yeah, you ought to hear him sing it once. He can just stand there and sing it for hours in a deep and mellow baritone voice.
Oh, for pity's sakes.
Why, of course he still sings. Well, it's hard to talk him into it, but once you get him started, you can't hardly stop him. His voice is just as good today as it was 20 years ago. Fact is, I believe it's better now. Deeper and mellower.
Abner, you better hang up now.
How's that? What? Oh, sure, I'll hold the phone. Yes, Mom.
What does she want you to hold the phone for?
I don't know. She just said she wanted to speak to some woman that's with her. I never got the name.
Some woman.
Yeah, Doggett, you ought to hear how excited Miss Emmeline is about your singing, Lum. I told you this idea of mine's going to work out good.
Yeah, but I'm feared I can't measure up to what you're saying about me. You know I can't sing that good.
Well, you
Hardly.
can practice up a little. Won't take much. That's all you need, practice.
Do you sure enough think so?
Why, sure. You've got a good singing voice. It don't actually sound so good, but you've got one.
No, you're just saying that.
No, I ain't. I believe you're one of the best singers over at the church.
Well, I ain't so bad, I don't reckon.
Oh, you're loud.
Yeah, a couple of notes I'm pretty good on.
Yeah, you hit 'em all the time.
I know Saturday nights when I'm sitting in the wash tub in front of the stove there, I can get some of the prettiest tones on Pretty Red Wing you ever heard. Oh, the moon shines tonight on
Wait a
Pretty
minute,
Red.
wait a minute. Hello? Yes, Miss Emmeline. A surprise? Well, I do know.
What is it, Abner? What is it?
Oh, Lum will be tickled to death.
Of course I am.
Next week, you say that is?
Did she ask me to go to a party or something?
Why, you bet I'll tell him. Yeah, I know he'll be proud to do it for you, too.
What is it, Abner?
Yes, Mom. Now that's all. Goodbye.
Well, hurry up, Abner. Tell me, what is it she wants?
Oh, Doggy, say, that reminds me of something, too. Lum, when you're in Hot Springs next week, would you mind stopping at the 10-cent store there and getting me a new pair of spectacles?
I ain't going to be in Hot Springs next week.
Well, you have to be, Lum. That's where the contest is at.
The contest?
Yeah,
What contest?
the singing contest.
What are you talking about?
That woman with Miss Emmeline is from the Arkansas State Choral Society. Miss Emmeline just entered you to represent Pine Ridge.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, in Abner's efforts to help Lum in his courtship of Miss Emmeline, the schoolteacher, he spread the rumor that Lum was the owner of a fine baritone voice and the winner of many singing contests. Whereupon Miss Emmeline promptly entered him in the state singing contest. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store trying to whip Lum into shape for the contest. Listen.
Abner, I tell you, I just can't go through with it. That's all there are to it. I just can't do it.
Now, just quit that arguing, Lum. You've got to go through with it.
I can't do it, though.
Well, there ain't no way you can get out of it now.
I ain't no singer, and that's all there are to it.
Yes, you are. Anybody can sing if they just set their head to it.
Not me.
Yes, you can. Now, come on, try it once again. Here, I'll give you the pitch.
Oh.
Oh, but I believe this pitch pipe's off.
No, it's me.
Huh?
I've told you 1,000 or 100 times I can't get in tune.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. I know I can't.
Lum, I've heard you sit around the store here and brag on how good you could sing.
Yeah, but that's just when I sing with a batch of other folks in a group. I ain't no good on singing a solo all by myself. Special not in no contest.
Oh, prattle. You'll do all right in that contest. It don't start till Tuesday. That gives you a few days to practice up in.
That ain't enough, though. I need a few years and a new set of vocal cords.
Yeah, all right, now, here, let's try it again now.
Oh, me. Oh.
That's better. Come on, let's go now. On the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play. That's it, now you're getting it. Where the dawn comes up like thunder over Chinese, cross the bay. Now you got it. That's the best you did so far.
Yeah, but there just ain't no use in fooling ourselves. I just ain't no singer, and I ain't going through with this.
But you got to, Lum. You've done been entered in the contest. You're going to represent this community in the state singing contest at Hot Springs. You're going to be Mr. Pine Ridge in 1945 or something like that.
Yeah. What I ought to do is make you go to Hot Springs and sing in that contest.
Me?
Yeah, you was the one that got me into this fine mix-up.
Why, I weren't no such a thing. It was Miss Emmeline, or that friend of hers, Miss Wahlberg.
Wahlberg?
That's the name of that woman from the State Choral Society, the outfit that's getting up the contest.
Oh, I never did catch her name.
Well, she's the one. She's a friend of Miss Emmeline's. She told her about the contest, so Miss Emmeline entered you. So you can see right there that she's the one that actually got you into this, not me, Lum.
Yeah, but who was the one that got Miss Emmeline to thinking I was a great baritone singer and had win a lot of contests in my time?
Well, Cedric done that.
Yeah, but who got Cedric to tell her all that stuff?
Why, let's see now. Who could that have been?
It was you, and you know it.
Well, Lum, the only reason I done that was to help you win Miss Emmeline. You want to do that, don't you?
Well, sure I do, but I want to be honest about it. I don't want to cheat to win her.
Well, this is honest. You can't cheat at a singing contest. All you can do is just get up there and sing.
I'd have to cheat if I win.
Oh, Lum, come on now. Let's get to practicing here. You ain't got many days left now.
Oh, Abner, stop blowing that thing.
On the road to Mandalay. Come on, Lum. Where the flying fishes play. Little louder, Lum, now. Little louder.
Abner, I tell you, it just ain't no use. I just ain't going to Hot Springs for that singing contest.
You've got to do it, Lum. You can't let Miss Emmeline down now. She's dependent on you. She expects you to win.
I know it. That's the worst part about it.
Huh?
If I don't go to the contest, she'll never speak to me again. And if I do go there, I'll get last place. I won't win nothing, be a complete failure. Then she never will speak to me neither.
Ah.
Granny's, I can't win either way.
No.
You put me in the worst one position I could possibly be in.
Well, Lum, I was just trying to help you. And recollect this now, you was the one that come to me for advice. I never forced it on you.
Well, if you actually want to help me, Abner, try to figure out some good way for me to get out of this mess and still have Miss Emmeline admire me.
Well, I just don't know how you can do that now, Lum. It's just too late. You're entered in the contest, and, well, that's that.
Well, I ain't going to it. I know that.
All right. How can you get out of it?
I'll just stay home. That's what I'll do.
Huh?
I'll hide over at my place there. You can bring me some victuals after dark. The contest just lasts 2 or 3 days, don't it?
Yeah, 3 days, Miss Emmeline says.
Well, I can easily stay over there 3 days. The rest will do me good anyway.
Yeah, but what's going to happen when Miss Emmeline finds out that you never even went to the contest?
Well, she won't find out. Blessing you tell her, and I know you won't do that. You're such a fine friend of mine.
Oh, I won't tell her, no. But that friend of hers, Miss Wahlberg, she's bound to. She'll call long distance back here and ask Miss Emmeline why you never showed up over there.
Yes, right, ain't it?
Why, sure.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Well, think about it.
I am.
Oh.
Maybe I can say that I went to Hot Springs but got mixed up there and never did find the building where the contest was being held.
I don't believe nobody's going to believe that, Lum.
Maybe I could say I got run over by a streetcar.
Streetcar? Oh, Lum.
Well, I'll study up something. I'm going to have 3 days with nothing to do but sit around my place over there. I ought to be able to study up at least one good idea in that length of time.
Yeah, you ought to. I've got my doubts, if you can, though. I think you ought to go to Hot Springs myself and go ahead and enter the contest.
Abner, that's plumb ridiculous.
Well, Lum, you might win it now.
Oh, sassafras, I know better than that.
You never can tell about such things. The judges might mark your name by mistake or something. I'd go if I was you.
Well, you ain't me, and I ain't going.
Oh.
I'd never in the world get up enough nerve to stand up in front of a whole big batch of folks and sing a solo all by myself.
Well, you won't exactly be singing all by yourself. There's lots of other singers entered in the contest.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to sing by myself, not in a quartet.
Well, I know Miss Emmeline said there was one 7-year-old young'un going to sing in it. Doggies, you surely ought to be able to beat out a little 7-year-old boy.
Sure, I ought to be. Granny, it'd be awful if I didn't.
Why, of course, that's what I say.
Next will be Mr. Little Lum Edwards.
Huh?
No, I can't do it, Abner.
No, Lum, you're just talking plumb silly.
Oh, there'll be a lot of grown-ups in there, too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, well, maybe some of them will get Larry's jitness just before they sing or something.
I'm the only one who get anything like that. No, Abner, I've got a lot of talents, but singing solos in contests ain't one of them.
Yeah, suit yourself. This seems to me like you're throwing away a awful good opportunity to get Miss Emmeline to admire you. But if you ain't interested, why, I reckon that's your own business.
Well, I'm interested in getting her to admire me, all right, but I don't believe this is the way to do it.
She loves baritone singers with deep Miller voices.
I know that, but I'd be scared to death to ever get up there in front of all them. Wait a minute. Was that our ring?
I don't know. Did it ring?
Yeah, it rang. Better see who it is. Might be the wholesale house calling up about that bill we ain't paid them yet.
Oh, want me to tell them they got the wrong number, huh?
No, tell them we'll send them a check after the 15th.
Yeah, all right, I will. All right, I'm coming. Don't ring yourself off. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. We'll send a check after the 15th. Huh? Oh, yeah, well, hello, Miss Emmeline.
Miss Emmeline?
I thought you was a wholesale
I
house.
have to comb my hair. That's a fine remark to make. She don't look like no wholesale house.
How's that, Miss Emmeline?
Prettier than a wholesale house, I know.
Good news for Lum. Well.
Granny's, they must have called off the contest.
Well, I do know.
It's the only good news I can think of.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Sure does.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that now. He'll just be tickled to death.
Oh, what a relief. Granny.
Yes, Mom. Oh, that'll make him feel good. I know it will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never could have went to that contest, no ways.
Oh, no, I'm mighty nigh sure he ain't made no arrangements on how he's going to get to Hot Springs.
Oh, say I ain't. I ain't that silly.
Well, that'll be just dandy, Miss Emmeline. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. All right, fine, I'll tell him. Oh, no, I know he won't be mad about this, no.
Mad? About calling off the contest? That's a gooder.
Yes, Mom.
To death over.
All right,
I'm
fine,
not
Miss
doing
Emmeline. Well, much obliged for all your trouble. Goodbye.
What happened? Why did they have to call off the singing contest?
They ain't called it all.
They ain't?
No.
Well, what's that good news she was telling you?
Oh, I was just fixing to tell you, Lum. Miss Emmeline says that the town's getting up a sort of a celebrate to wish you a lot of luck and give you a big send-off when you leave for Hot Springs.
Huh?
The whole town's going to be there. Everybody's going to wave banners, and the band's going to play I don't know what.
Oh, my goodness.
So it looks like you're going to have to leave town whether you want to or not.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I may leave town, but I ain't going to Hot Springs. I'll just hide up in the mountains, hermit myself.
Oh, no. You're going to Hot Springs.
How do you know I am?
'Cause Miss Emmeline has made arrangements for that Miss Ballberg to drive you there direct in her car.
Oh, me.
Come on, Lum.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the whole town turned out today to give Lum a big send-off and wish him luck in the state singing contest at Hot Springs. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and his father, Phinus Peabody, just entering the Jot 'em Down store after saying goodbye to Lum. Listen.
Hey, Doggy, if old Lum didn't get a send-off there, I never saw one. Yeah, come on in the store, Papa.
Yeah, I'm coming, son. I'm coming.
Yeah, sure, if old Lum don't win that contest after that, celebrate nobody never will.
Oh, that was the humdinger of the celebrate, all right. Yes, sir.
I don't believe I ever heard the band play louder.
Oh, they was going today. They sure was.
Did you see little Mousy Gray out there blowing that great big horn? Tuber, I believe they call him.
Yeah.
Lord, was he red in the face. One time he got puffing so hard there, I thought he was going to blow himself clean out of his uniform.
Well, that uniform was too big for him anyways.
Oh, yeah. He ought to let Cedric have that.
Yeah.
I've always said Cedric never looked quite right wearing that baseball outfit of his for the concert. No way.
Yeah, well, Cedric ain't a regular member of the band, though, is he?
Why, sure he is.
Sure.
Or at least when they have parades, he is. See, he's the one that carries the front end of the bass drum for Blair Ridgway.
Oh,
he's been doing that for years. Does a pretty good job of it, too.
Well, sir, I never knowed Cedric had music talents before, though.
Oh, yeah, he's got 'em. Yeah,
Hey, see, who was that woman that kept waving at Lum there, huh?
Well, you know her, Papa. That's Miss Emmeline Platt, the school teacher.
Oh, was that her?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the sun was sort of shining in my eyes there, and I didn't recognize her.
Well, that was her. She sure looked nice, too. Looked pretty as a speckled pup under a brand new wagon.
Oh, yeah, well, she sure was waving at Lum, I know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe this whole thing's gonna make her admire Lum something wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice how proud she looked when Ezra Seastrunk was standing up there making that little talk about Lum?
Yeah. How come Ezra was saying all them nice things about Lum? I never knew them two were special friends.
Well, see, that was part of the Celebrate, Papa. My doggies, it was the out-capping this Celebrate I saw in a long time, too.
Yeah, it's just too bad that Lum had to leave right in the middle of it. He
was supposed to, Papa.
Yeah?
See, the whole idea of the Celebrate, it was a big send-off for Lum. Everybody was out there wishing him good luck in the singing contest.
Yeah.
Didn't you understand that?
Well, I don't know. I know something was going on. Never paid much attention, though. I always enjoy listening to a good band number, though.
Yeah, well, didn't you see the signs that folks was carrying? Good luck, old Lum. Make Pine Ridge proud of you. Bring home the bacon, all that.
Well, if he can bring home some bacon nowadays, I'm for it, whatever it is.
Well, see, Papa, he ain't actually going to bring home no bacon.
I didn't think so.
See, what that means is they want him to bring home the first prize in that singing contest there at Hot Springs.
Singing contest?
Yeah, see, I found out a few days ago that Miss Emmeline loves to hear a good baritone's voice. Claimed that she could listen to a baritone sing for hours.
Oh.
So I figured that was a good opportunity to help Lum. And somehow or other, I just sort of started a rumor going around about what a great singer Lum was. How he used to win contests and all that, you know. First thing I knowed, why, Miss Emmeline had went and entered him in this state singing contest.
She entered Lum in it?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Well,
See, there just weren't no way for him to get out of it looked like.
Well, Lum ain't no singer, though, is he?
Well, to be right honest, Papa, he ain't, I don't reckon, but I figured if this'll help Miss Emmeline get interested in him, why, it's a good thing for him to do.
Well, maybe you're right. Lum ought to find himself some nice woman like Miss Emmeline and get married and settle down.
Yeah, well, that's what he's aiming on doing. That's why I've been trying to help him with all these good ideas of mine.
Well, I think he ought to find himself some nice woman and get married and settle down.
Yeah, well, I told you that's what he's aiming on doing.
Yes, he ought to. I don't believe he'll ever win a singing contest, though. What he ought to do is settle down.
Yeah, well, he's going to, Papa.
And I can tell you this, too. He better put on a pair of big enough shoes if he's going to go singing in any contest.
Big enough shoes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me tell you something, son. I could have been a great singer if it hadn't have been for a pair of tight shoes myself. one time when I
Yeah,
was...
I recollect that story now, Papa.
I say-
Don't bother to tell it again.
I say one time when I was just a
Papa,
boy,
I know that story by heart, so don't get started on it now. What I wish you would do, though, is sort of help me around the store here while Lum's gone these next couple of days.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll help you, son. What can I do? What can I do? Just tell me something.
Well, I don't know nothing just offhand, but I just... wait a minute. Over here's something you can do right now. Sort out these ration stamps here.
Oh.
Put the blue ones in one pile and the red ones in another. Lum's been after me to do that for days around here.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, one time when I was just a boy, I entered a singing
Yeah, here,
contest.
I'll show you how to do it, Papa. Now, see these boxes here? They got the stamps in them. Just separate the red ones from the blue ones. Do you understand that now?
Oh, why, sure I understand. I'm over 21, son.
All right, and when you get that done, well, I'll find some other chores you can work on.
Which pile do I put the red ones in?
Well, it just don't matter, just so they're together.
So the blue and the red ones are together?
No,
I thought you wanted to separate them.
Well, I do,
Well,
Papa.
I better not put them together then. I better put the red ones in one pile and the blue ones in another.
Yeah, that's a good idea,
I don't
Papa.
see how you and Lum make any money in the store the way you run things. Everything mixed up all the time.
Yeah, well, you just handle that your way, Papa, and everything will be fine. I've got some grocery orders to put up now.
Yeah. What's this stamp here with the little airplane on it, Abner?
Oh, that's a shoe stamp, Papa.
Shoe stamp?
Yeah, better put that in a separate pile, I reckon.
Shoe stamp. You know, that reminds me of something, son. If it hadn't have been for a pair of shoes, I would have been one of the out-capitalist singers in Tennessee. Did I ever tell you about that?
Yes, you have. 1,000 or 100 times, Papa.
That was a trick of fate. That's what it was, Abner.
Uh-huh.
One time when I was
Papa,
just a boy.
watch what you're doing there. You're getting the red ones mixed up with the blue ones again there. Look at that.
Oh, I'll straighten them out. I'll get them. I entered this singing contest, and everybody figured I was a cinch to win it, too. I had a beautiful altoid voice in them days.
Yeah, Papa, you needn't bother to tell me that now. Can't you see I'm busy here?
So my mama bought me a new pair of shoes for the contest. Now, this is where the shoes come in, Abner.
Yeah, I know it, Papa. Please just watch what you're doing with them stamps there now and separate them.
I'm getting them all right.
Oh, my.
The trouble was, Mama bought the shoes a little too tight for me. But I wore them anyways, 'cause they was nice-looking shoes. I'll say that for 'em. Had the prettiest buttons I believe I ever saw. Silver buttons they were.
Silver?
Yep.
All as before you said they was pearl buttons.
That's right, pearl buttons. So I wore 'em, and I sat there in the auditorium waiting for my turn to get up and sing. It was just a matter of time before I win the contest.
Yeah, look, Papa, I've got 5 grocery orders here I've got to put up now.
Well, why don't you do that, Abner, whilst I'm sorting these stamps?
Well, that's exactly what I want to do.
Esther, there I was waiting for my turn, and pretty soon them new shoes of mine started pinching my feet. No, how they pinch.
Yeah, I know. So you taking them off.
You know what they done, Abner? I taken the shoes off.
Yeah, Papa, I know all that by heart.
And pretty soon they called my name. Phinus Peabody, they said. Phinus Peabody. I can still hear them calling my name.
Wonder if maybe Barton wanted a big can or a little can of hominy.
So I grabbed my shoes and started to put them on again. But you know what, Abner? I'll get this. This is where the shoes come in. My feet had swole up so much you couldn't get the ding busted shoes back on again.
Just play safe, put a big can in, a little can in.
I couldn't wedge them in no way. So what could I do? Just had to sit there while they called my name. Phinus Peabody. Phinus Thornwall Peabody.
Yeah, Papa, I know all that. Just watch what you're doing with them stamps there.
How's that, son?
I say watch them
yes,
stamps.
Yes, sir, son. It was just a trick of fate. A pair of tight shoes kept me from being the greatest singer in Tennessee.
Uh-huh. But now just look what you did with them ration stamps there, Papa. Look at there. You got the red ones and the blue ones all piled right together there.
Together, huh?
Yeah, look at them. They're right in front of you.
Yeah, I was noticing that. You know, Abner, I believe I got a better idea.
What's that, Papa?
I believe it'd be better to sort 'em and put the red uns in one pile and the blue uns in another.
Oh, my goodness alive.
Sort of separate 'em that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Papa.
Yeah.
You do it like that.
Yeah, all right. You need somebody like me around the store to figure these things out for you.
Uh-huh, we sure
Too
do.
many details. Now, let's see. What's this stamp here with the airplane on it?
I told you once, Papa, that's a shoe stamp.
Shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Abner, did I ever tell you about the time a pair of tight shoes kept me from being the greatest singer in the state of Tennessee? One time when I was just a boy...
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum left for Hot Springs yesterday to enter a state singing contest as part of one of old Doc Peabody's plans to help Lum win favor with the schoolteacher, Miss Emmeline Platt. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and his father in the Jot-'em-Down store. Abner is just saying goodbye to one of the clients of his advice bureau. Listen.
Yeah, all right, Walt. I'll work on your problem some more and see if I can't figure something out for you. So long.
What's trouble in Walt Bates, son?
Oh, same old thing, Papa.
Trouble in the home?
Oh, no, over at the war plant.
Oh.
Some government fellers warned him that he's falling behind in his war contracts a little bit lately, and it's got him worried.
Why don't he do something about it?
Well, he's trying to. That's why he come to me for advice. See, lots of his workers over there go away for the weekend, and they don't get back till about Tuesday, and that way they lose a full day's work.
What do they do? What do they go away for?
Course, they ain't nothing for 'em to do for amusements here in Pine Ridge, they claim.
Well, there's the moving picture show. That runs every Friday and Saturday night, don't it?
Well, yeah, but that ain't enough, looks like. They want to dance or something. I don't know. I ain't figured out nothing to suggest to him, though. I know that.
Well, let's see. Maybe I can figure out something.
Well, I wouldn't bother about it, Papa. I'll work on it when I get time.
Well,
since old Lums went to Hot Springs, I just ain't hardly had no time for my advice bureau.
Oh, by the way, have you heard anything from Lum yet?
Yeah, I got a postcard from him this morning. Where'd I put that thing there? Shows a picture of a hotel, and he's marked an X on it showing the room that he's staying in.
Has he sang in that idiotic singing contest yet?
Well, he hadn't when he wrote the card. What did I do with that? I put it in my pocket here somewhere.
He'll never win no singing contest, not with his voice.
Well, he might now. Peculiar things happen every once in a while. Leastways, he's got Miss Emmeline interested in him at last, and that's something. Where'd I put that
He'll never win no singing contest.
No, if I throwed that thing in the stove. Dogged, I had it here. Well, I do know. There comes our Hodgekins up out there.
Our?
Yeah.
This is the first time I ever saw him outside of his livery stable. If I didn't think he was chained to that place.
Well, howdy, R. Come on in.
Howdy, Abner. Oh, hello there, Mr. Peabody.
Howdy,
Howdy. What can we do for you today, Ari?
That is a nice day out, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Awful nice, yeah.
Say, Abner, you still, is this your advice bureau of yours?
Do you want some advice, Ari? Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, good. Just step right back in my office. Papa, would you sort of keep eye on the store here?
Yeah, sure. I want to work on Walt Bates' problem anyway.
Well, now, don't bother with that, Papa. Come on, R. This is my office right back here in the feed room.
Now, don't tell nobody I come here for advice, Abner.
Oh, no, of course not. All my work is confidential, R. Strict confidential. Just sit right down there on that box there. Now, just what is your problem?
Well, it's,
Trouble in the home?
Yeah, that's it. Trouble in the home.
Good.
Everything run along good for 30 years. And now my mom-in-law has moved in with us and upset everything.
Uh-huh.
Ruined everything. She's putting ideas into my woman's head.
Josie, you mean?
Yeah. Josie's been a good wife, Abner. A good, steady woman.
Yes, she has.
But now, her mama's got her to thinking that I'm a lazy, no-good varmint.
They'll do it. Yes, sir, they will do it.
A lazy, no-good varmint. Why, her mama's even suggesting that I give up the liver stable and get into some other line of work.
Give up the liver stable?
Yes, sir. That'll give you an idea of what I'm having to put up with.
Oh, them women folks can be more non-reasonable than any humans I know. Yes, sir, that's what they can be.
Am I a lazy, no-good varmint, Abner?
Why, no.
Look at me. Am I?
No, sir, I said you wasn't.
Josie's always been well-fed and clothed, ain't she?
Why, sure.
Maybe she ain't had some of the fancy things in life, but she's clothes on her back and victuals on the table, ain't she?
Yeah, as far as I know she has.
Well, she has, Abner. She has.
Yeah, well, I ain't arguing with you, See, I'm trying to help you.
Abner, what time do I get up to go to work every morning?
Well, I don't know. I reckon about...
I'll tell you what time. 4:30. Every morning for 32 years now, I've got up and went down to that there liver stable. Never missed a morning. And them there two women claims I'm a lazy varmint.
Oh, how can they say such things? How can they do it?
I started out as a liver stable man, and I'm gonna die a liver stable man. That's my life work, Abner. I can't give that up.
No, but, of course, on the other hand, I don't reckon you have a whole lot of business over there, though, Times has changed, you know.
What do you mean I don't have no business? Do you know what time I leave that there place every night? 8:30. I open up at 5:30, and I don't leave that there liver stable till 8:30. That's 15 hours. And any man that puts in 15 hours a day, he ain't no lazy varmint. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, no. Looking at it that way, you're right, but, what do you do over there all that time?
Why, I work.
Oh.
Maybe you just don't realize how much work there is running a liver stable.
Well, no, I reckon I don't, but, well, it just seems like every time I drop over there, why, you and Charlie Redfield and a bunch of them just sitting there in that little office of yours playing checkers or something.
Oh, they play. No, I don't. I make a suggestion now and then how they should move a man, but I never play myself. No, hardly.
Well, that does, though, sort of keep you from your work, don't it,
Why, of course you don't. And on top of that, I'm a-making money off them there fellers.
You are?
Yes, sir. Why, they furnish part of the firewood for the fireplace. Oh, that's a big saving to me right there.
Yeah. But on the other hand, if they wasn't in there, why, you wouldn't have to keep that fire going all day long and save yourself a heap more.
Abner, I never come in here to get advice on how to run my business. I know how to do that. I want advice on my trouble in the home.
Yeah, sure, yeah. All right, I still have to know what all you do over there, though.
Well, for one thing, one of them there stalls there has to be whitewashed.
Every day?
Well, not every day. But I do it regular, though.
How often?
No, I don't know. Every 4 or 5 years. I think it's about due this year, too. Either this year or next. Well, I'll have to check my records.
Yeah.
But listen, Abner, I told you I don't want no advice how to run my business. I get all that I want at home.
You do, huh?
Oh, yes. Why, to hear them there two women talk, you would think there's experts on the liver stable business.
Well, if they think they know so much about it, why don't you just have them go down there and run it for you?
No, they couldn't do it.
Couldn't.
Nah, my mom-in-law's too ignorant, and Josie, well, she just couldn't stand up under that there hard work.
Well, no, I don't reckon she could. Frail as women folks generally are.
Especially lately, Josie couldn't do it.
Huh?
She appears to look a little run down.
Well.
Poorly. Complains about her feeling tired all the time.
Well, have you talked to Doc Miller about her?
Well, no, I ain't, Abner. I've been aiming to, but it seems like Josie just never can find time to go to Doc's office twixt washings. She's a ticket in washing, you know.
Yeah, I heard she was, yeah.
And lately, she's got 3 or 4 new customers. And the way that there woman dilly-dallies around, she just never seems to get through.
Yeah, I know. Well, how come that she's got them new customers when she was feeling so poorly?
Oh, you know how a woman is. They like to have a little extra pin money.
Yeah.
And then there was the grocery bills, and she needed to buy new shoes for the children, and you see, it's hard for me to take care of them there little things on account of the depression.
Depression?
Yeah.
Well, I thought these was extra good times we was having now.
Well, there's been a depression in the liver stable business, Abner, ever since the automobile was invented. A man sure has to work mighty hard to just break even in that nowadays.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking you do rent out a team or two to Walt Bates steady, don't you? They ought to bring you in something.
Just enough to pay the feed for the other horses that ain't working. You see, Abner, a man just can't stay in the liver stable business unless he can feed his horses.
No, I reckon you're right about that.
Oh, but anyways, Abner, what do you reckon I ought to do about this here trouble in the home I'm having?
Well, I'll tell you, after sort of thinking it over, hearing your side of it here, here's my advice to you. I believe you better change jobs with your women folks.
Yeah, what's that?
You tell Josie and her mama to just go down there and run that liver stable if they know so much about it, and then you stay home and do that little bit of washing.
Well, I don't know, Abner.
Why, it'll give you a good rest, Ari. Nice vacate for you. And I know good and well inside of 2 days, them women will come crawling home begging you to go back down there and take over the liver stable.
Do you sure enough reckon they will?
Why, I know they will. It'll just give them an idea of what you're up against down there. And it'll end that talk about you being a lazy varmint once and for all.
By Jiminy, Abner, I believe we'll do it. Yes, sir, I'll do it.
Yes, sir, that's the time, Ari. Your trouble in the home is over.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, yesterday, Ira Hodgekins came to Abner for advice in regard to his trouble in the home. It seems that Ira's mother-in-law has suggested that Ira is lazy, that he should give up his livery stable and get into a profitable business. Abner advised him to offer to change jobs with his wife and mother-in-law to prove how hard he actually works. As we look in on the little community today, we find Ira in the Jot-'em Down store and library talking to Abner. Listen.
And your woman and your mother-in-law actually taking you up on Heidi, huh?
Oh, yeah. They're down at the liver stable right now. Been down there all morning.
Well,
I kind of sent her down there a while ago, and They asked me a couple of questions about how to run things. I wouldn't tell them nothing. Not a dadgum thing.
Well, good for you, Ari.
Yeah, well, I figure this way. Let them try and run that there place all by themselves. If they're so all-fired smart, let them find out things for themselves. That's the way I figure.
Yeah, well, I dogged you sure done a good job of talking them into that, Ari.
No, I done it.
Yeah, say, by the way, have you got your part of the work over at your home did already today?
You mean them there washings?
Yeah, what'd you do? Just knock that out for breakfast or something like that?
Well, no, I thought I'd run on home sometime this afternoon and do that.
Oh.
You see, there was just a couple of washing left to be did. Hardly worth getting my hands wet for.
No, of course not,
I got 3 more washing I'm supposed to pick up sometime today.
3 more?
Yeah, I figured I'd just wait and knock 'em all out at the same time. Won't take over, 20, 30 minutes.
That long?
Well, you see, I'm a little new at that there line of work.
Yeah.
But now you take Josie. She's been doing that for years, and yet it takes her from morning till night to get that there washing out.
Yeah, well, women folks just can't work steady like men folks are. They're sort of frail, you know.
Yeah, you're right, Abner. They just can't.
Yeah, well, it won't be long before she'll be back home where she belongs doing that woman's work.
Well, I know she will. I tell you, Abner, you don't know how proud I am to have a friend like you that can give me such good advice.
Oh, tut. Don't even mention it, Art.
Yeah, but I'm serious, though, Abner. I don't know what I'd have did if I never had you to turn to.
Yeah, well, you've got to give yourself some credit, too, Ari. You was smart enough to come to the right man, I'll say that for you. I don't like to brag on myself, but I will say this for me. I've sure had good success with my advice bureau. Well, just take Lum, for instance.
Well, don't tell me that he went and won that there singing contest there at Hot Springs.
Well, no, not exactly. Well, facts is, I don't know how he's doing in that. I got a card from him yesterday, but that was before the contest started, and I ain't heard from him since.
Well, he'll never get nowhere in that thing. Now, I've sat next to him in church too many times and tried to sing alongside of him. Why, he'll have you off in the tune before you get 2 measures into the hymn.
Yeah, well, he is sort of a poor singer when you come right down to it, I reckon. Yeah, that might handicap him a little in a singing contest. I don't know.
Well, if that was your idea, Abner, for him to get into that there thing, I don't see how you can say you have such good success with your advice.
Well, see, the main idea was to get Miss Emmeline interested in him. And it sure has worked out, too. I don't know how many times she's called up here asking if I've heard anything from Lum yet.
Hey, she actually called up, huh?
Oh, yeah. And for that, she never even knowed Lum was alive.
Well, I hope your advice works as good for me.
Oh, it will, Art, it will. I've had nothing but success with everything. Well, it is, except Walt Bates, of course.
Walt Bates?
Yeah. Still might figure something out for him, though.
What's his trouble?
Well, you know that absent business over at the war plant. Workers can't find nothing to do here in Pine Ridge over the weekend, so most of them leave town. And some of them don't get back till Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, I knowed about that.
And on account of that, well, Walt's sort of falling behind on his war contracts. Fact is, some government feller's been out here talking to him about it.
Yeah? Well, I don't know what you could do to keep them there fellers in town. That's one problem that just ain't got no solution.
Yeah, well, that's sort of the way I look at it, too, Art, to be honest.
Yeah. Nobody can figure that out.
No, I'm afraid you're right. Well, here, I've got to get some work did around the store here, Art, if you'll just excuse me here.
No, sure. Go right ahead. I reckon I ought to be running along anyways. Pick up them there other washings. Miss Blevins is one of them.
Yeah, well, maybe you ought to do that. Sorrowful I have to break up our little talk here, but I've just got about twice as much work to do here since Lum's gone, you know.
Well, I thought your papa was a-helping you around the store.
Well, he was, but he ain't showed up today. This morning at breakfast, he said he had some big problem he's working on. I ain't saw him since.
Well, I believe I'll run along, Abner. I might stand her down by the livery stable and peek in the window there and see how they're getting along. That's one of the funniest sights I have ever saw.
Yeah, well, I can imagine.
They got no more idea what they're doing around down there than a man in the moon.
Why, of course not. More likely trying to feed them horses sandwiches and cocoa.
Well, no telling what they'll do. Well, I hope they don't bankrupt me before I get back in there.
Well, how can they bankrupt you, Ari? You admitted just that you don't make no money over there, just barely breaking even.
Yeah, but they'll figure out some way to bankrupt me. You don't know them there two women.
Oh, well, they won't be in there long enough to do nothing like that. Facts is, I bound you right this minute they're just dying to get back home to that nice, easy washing job. If you went over there right now and asked him... Oh, yeah, there's Papa finally showing up, I see.
Oh, you reckon I ought to ask Joseph if she wants to trade back now?
Oh, no, not yet, Ari. No, I wouldn't do that yet, no. Yeah, where you been, Papa?
Working on the problem, son. Working on the problem. That's right. Oh, howdy, Ari.
Howdy, Mr. Peabody.
What problem's that, Papa?
Yeah, sir. I need to locate about 6 more teams.
Teams? Teams of horses?
Teams of horses, sure.
What do you want teams for? I got a whole stable full of them over there.
Oh, she's already figuring on them. She needs 6 more besides the one she's got.
Yeah, wait a minute. What are you talking about, Papa?
Why, Ira's wife and mom-in-law have rented that old CCC building right outside of town, and they're going to have a box supper and dance there every Saturday night.
Who is?
That'll cut down that absenteeism.
Papa, now, for the land's sake, just stop a minute. What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, what's that there about hiring teams?
Yeah, she needs 6 more. 6 teams.
My women, you mean?
Yeah. Well, your mom-in-law done most of the talking. You going to charge him $1 a head?
Who's going to charge who $1 a head for what, Papa?
The livery stable is. They're going to charge these workers over at Walt Bates's war plant $1 a head to tow them out to the dance every Saturday night. Yeah, that way they won't use essential gas and tires because they're going to use horses and wagons and have an old-fashioned hayride.
Yeah, well, now, wait just a minute now, Papa.
You won't have to worry, son. You won't have to. I told you I'd work out Walt Bates's problem for you, and I've done worked it out already.
Well...
Waltz is for the idea 100%.
Well, now, wait a minute now. Let me get this here straight, Mr. Peabody. You mean my livery stable is going to haul all them there workers out there and charge them $1 a head?
Yep, that's the way I figured it out. Everybody's for it, but we'll need 6 more teams.
Why, of course I will. Jimmy, here, let me see. There must be 200 or 300 workers over there. See, that means I'm going to take in $300 a week.
300? Dog is why sure it does at $1 a head.
Abner, I'm rich.
Well, good for you, Ari.
Look at me, Abner. I am rich.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah.
Here, Abner, shake my hand. Shake the hand of a rich man.
Yeah, well, hard to do, sir.
Pleased to meet you. Here, Mr. Peabody, you can shake my hand, too. Just because I'm rich, I ain't above speaking to my old friends.
Well, I'm proud to hear that, Ari. I was afraid you'd change.
No, sir, not me. I may be a millionaire, but I'm still Ira Hodgekins, the livery stable man to my friends. Shake my hand, Abner.
Yeah, well, I've done did that, Ari.
Oh, yeah, well, them there two women, they said I never knowed nothing about running a livery stable. Why, they wanted me to give it up even. And now look at me.
Gotta get 6 more teams.
Don't you worry none about that. I know where there's 4 I can get down at Cherry Hill. And I know I can get the other 2, Summers. The fact is, I'd better go up to the livery stable and take charge of everything right now.
Yeah, well, wait a minute, Ar. What about them washings that you was supposed to pick up at Miss Blevins' house and them others?
Well, you call up Miss Blevins and ask her if she'll do my washing instead.
Oh, see you later. Yeah, so long, Ar.
Bye, Mr. Peabody.
Goodbye, Ar. Goodbye.
Hey, doggies. Well, Papa, you done good there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how come you to study up a good idea like that anyway?
I I don't know. I just knowed what Walt's problem was, and I just figured it out, that's all.
Well, it's sure working out good for everybody. You deserve a lot of credit for that.
Oh, no,
You know, it just looks like giving out good advice just natural runs in the Peabody family, don't it?
Oh, yeah, it does. It sure does, son.
Yeah.
Say, maybe me and you ought to go into business together.
The advice business?
Yeah.
Aye, doggy, that's a good idea. Why, sure. Peabody and Peabody. Advice give while you wait.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner's advice to Ira Hodgekins appeared to be working out even better than Abner anticipated. And for the first time in years, Ira's livery stable is going to show some profit. As we look in on the little community today, we find Squire Skimp in the Jot 'em Down store and library talking to Abner. Listen.
Yeah, what do you mean you got great news, Squire?
Well, you won't believe this, Abner, but after all these years of not making a penny, that livery stable of our Hodgkins is going to make money hand over fist.
Yeah, I know that, Squire.
He's worked out a plan to help Walt Bates keep his war workers in town over the weekend and cut down absenteeism.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to use the livery stable wagons and teams to furnish transportation out to that old CCC building every Saturday night. Going to have dances, box suppers, an old-fashioned hayride.
Well, you don't have to tell me all this, Squire.
Yes, sir, Ira is going to make himself a pretty penny out of that, Abner.
Yeah, I know he is.
And to think that all these years he's sat over there in front of that livery stable not doing a blessed thing. Hardly ever stirred out of that rocking chair. Almost too lazy to lift his arm to move a checker.
Yeah, he's lazy, all right.
I've always said, Abner, there was a man with no ambition. But maybe all these years he was sitting there, he was thinking, and finally came up with this idea.
Well, I never studied this up himself, though. I done that.
You did?
Well, actually, it was Papa. But see, long as me and him's in the advice business together now, I reckon you could sort of say it was my idea, too. See, it all started when Ira come to me for advice on his troubles in the home.
Yeah, what trouble was that, Abner?
Oh, his mama-in-law come to live with him, and she got his woman Josie to thinking that Ira was just a lazy, no-good varmint.
Yes, well, that's an understandable point of view, all right, Abner.
They claimed that Ira never made no money over there at the livery stable, and he ought to give it up.
Yes, I know Josie's always had to make the living by taking in washings.
So I advised Ira to change jobs with Josie and her mama and just let them see how hard running a livery stable was.
Well, that sounds like a bad mistake, Abner.
Oh, no, it worked out fine. See, Papa studied up this Saturday night dancing hayride idea for Walt Bates, and that boomed business over at the livery stable, so now everybody's happy.
You say that your father actually thought up that plan, Abner?
Oh, yeah, Papa's smart, just like me. Fact is, he's over at the livery stable right now acting as a sort of an advisor.
Well, I believe I'd better run over there too, Abner. Now that Ira's a wealthy man, why, he'll need to carry more insurance.
Yes, all right, Squire. Papa's still over there. Why, tell him to come over to the store here so that I can go out and make the delivery.
Yes, I'll tell him, Abner. I believe that was your ring there.
Yeah, I heard it. So long, Squire. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Also, Peabody and Peabody Advice Bureau. Old Doc Peabody Jr. doing the talking. Mom? Oh, how are you, Miss Emmeline? No, Mom, I ain't heard a word from Lum since that first postcard. Yeah, it is sort of culiar, I reckon. Oh, no, it ain't nothing wrong. He's just so busy singing in that singing contest that he ain't got time to write, I reckon. Yes, Mom. Well, I hope he does, too.
I want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, howdy, I'll be with you just a second here. Well, I'll have to go now, Miss Emmeline. A customer just come in. Yes, Mom, I'll let you know just quick as I hear something from Lum.
Hurry up, Abner.
Yes, Mom. Well, much obliged for calling. Goodbye.
Abner, I want to talk to you.
Yeah, well, hi, old boy. How does it feel to be a rich man? You don't look no different than when you was poor. What's the first thing you're going to buy yourself, a diamond stick pin?
Don't talk to me about no diamond stick pin, Abner. I ain't in no mood for it. Just look at my hands.
Your hands?
Yeah, look at them. Take a good look at them.
Well, what about them?
Look here. All red and raw. Practical blistered.
For the land's sake. Why, it looks like you've been boiling them things in hot water.
Well, that's just about what I've been a-doing. These here poor old hands has been in the wash tub practical all night long a-washing clothes.
All night long?
Yes, sir. There's the worst one job I ever run up again in all my life. I never want to see another scrub board as long as I live.
Yeah, well, wait a minute, Ari. What are you doing the washing for? I thought you went back to the liver stable yesterday and taken charge there and let Josie and her mama go back home and do the washing.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to do, too. But then the women folks of mine had a different idea.
Different idea?
Did you know them there women won't hardly let me in the front door of that there liver stable?
They won't?
No, sir. They says, get on home and do that there washing. They said, you made a bargain, now stick to it.
Oh, my goodness.
They said, we're running the share liver stable now. You want to do the washing? Now get on home and do it.
Oh. This ain't working out exactly the way I figured it would.
Abner, I'm a miserable creature. A suffering human. My poor back feels like it's half broken too. I don't see how I can ever bend over one more wash tub full of dirty clothes.
Well, here, wait a minute, Ar. As long as you're rich, you buy yourself one of them new electric washing machines.
But I ain't rich, though.
Huh?
Them there women folks of mine claim that all that there money they're making belongs to them. They said I don't get a cent of it.
Well, is that legal? Can they do that?
Well, they're doing it.
Oh.
I tell you, Abner, if I ever needed your advice, I sure need it now.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, but I wish Pop was here. He might have some idea.
Something's got to be did, Abner. This here just can't go on no longer. I can't spend all day and all night bending over a hot wash tub.
Well, how come it taking you so long to turn out them washings, Ar? Yesterday you figured you could do them all up in about half an hour.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. But, Abner, man just ain't cut out to work like that. It just ain't right. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, well, I agree with you on that.
Well, what am I going to do, Abner?
Well, doggies, I don't know just right offhand, Ar. I got to have some time to think this proposition over. This is a hard problem.
I got to get back into that there liver stable some way.
They won't even let you get on the inside of the place, huh?
Not hardly.
Well, them two women can't run that place by themselves, can they?
They think they can.
Oh, me, with all this new business, all them extra teams they got to hire, gonna be a heap of work to be did over there.
Of course there is. And they gonna find that out, too.
All right, doggies, wait a minute, Ar. I believe I might have an idea. Why don't you just hire yourself out? Get a job working for 'em over there.
Working for them there two women?
Why, sure. They're going to have to hire somebody, and you're the most experienced liver stable man that I know of.
Yeah, but I don't want to work for nobody. That's my place, and I ought to have somebody working for me.
Well, see, I figure once you get over there, why, then you can work it around to where you can get the place back in no time at all.
Yeah, that's right. I might could do that.
Why, sure you can.
The only thing, though, I don't believe I could ever bring myself to asking there 2 women for a job.
Well, don't ask 'em. Let them ask you. Make 'em come to you, Ari.
Well, how can I do that?
Well, here, Dog it, I'll show you. I'll get 'em on the phone right this minute and fix everything for you.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Abner. Let's talk this over first.
Don't worry now. I ain't even going to mention your name to 'em. Just watch how I talk 'em into this now.
Well, I still
Hey,
don't
wait a minute. Be quiet, Ari. Hello? Who is this, Josie? Miss Harkle.
That's my mom-in-law.
Oh. Well, this here's Abner Peabody. I just got to thinking here that you women folks is going to need an extra hand over at the liver stable with all that new business, ain't you? Well, no, I ain't got nobody particular in mind, but I know it ought to be somebody that knows the liver stable business good. Well, let me think here now. See who there is in Pine Ridge that's ever did that sort of work before. Doggies, I can't think of a single one.
What about me, Abner?
Yes, sir. All right, be quiet. Doggies, ought to be at least one feller in town that's did liver stable work before. Can't you think of nobody, Miss Tarkin? Tarkle? Yes, Mom. Oh, yes, Mom, I'll hold the phone.
What you see, Abner?
She wants to check with her advisor and see if he can think of somebody.
Her advisor?
Yeah, that's Papa. He's over there doing that work. He's bound to think you are. You might as well just head right on over there now. You're as good as hard right now.
Oh, Abner, I don't know how I ever can ever thank you for this.
Don't mention it. Don't mention it. That's what I'm in business for. I'm here to help fellers in trouble, and I don't... Wait a minute. Hello? Well, good. Who do you think of? Mom?
Well, I'd better be getting over there, Abner.
Hey, just a minute, Dar. I believe I can save you a trip.
Huh? Save me a trip?
Yeah, you see, your mom-in-law talked this over with her advisor.
Yes, I know.
And the advisor has took the job himself.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, this is the day that Lum is expected to return home from the singing contest at Hot Springs. So far, Abner has not learned the results of Lum's efforts in the contest. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Grandpappy Spears is just entering. Listen.
Come in. Oh, well, howdy, Grandpa.
Hey, he's here, Abner. He's here.
Who's here?
Why, Lum, he just now got in town.
Well, good for Lum. Did he say how he come out in the contest?
No, I ain't had a chance to talk with him yet. I think he stopped in down there at the barber shop, and I raced up here to tell you he's coming.
Oh, well, I'm proud you done that, Grandpa. Doggies, I'll sure be glad to see that old rascal again. He's been out of town there 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, Pine Ridge don't quite seem the same without old Lum. Never does.
No, it don't. Here at the store neither. It sure don't.
Yeah, how come you don't already know how he come out in the contest? Ain't he been writing to you?
Well, now, there's a peculiar thing, Grandpap. He sent me that first postcard, tell me how he was having an awful time and suffering, and that's the last I heard from him.
Huh. Well, he must have won, for he'd have come right over here. He wanted to stop by the barber shop and brag on it a while, I reckon.
You reckon he did, sure?
Well, could have been.
Well, I don't know. I hadn't heard a word from him, not a word.
I didn't know he was over there suffering, though.
Well, he said he was, and that card I got from him said he wasn't having a good time and he was suffering. You know, he was dreading that singing contest, scared to death.
Jiminy, you don't reckon he went and suicided himself, do you?
Doggett, I never thought about... wait a minute, what's the matter with us? He's right here in town. You said you just now seen him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sure, what's the matter with me?
Feller can't walk around after he's suicide.
No, of course not, of course not. Well, I wished he'd hurry and get up here. I want to ask him how he come out in that singing contest.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, Grandpap, I don't much believe we ought to ask him that.
Oughtn't to ask him.
No, it'll be too embarrassing for him. As bad as he's bound to have did in the contest, why, he ain't gonna want to talk about that to nobody, I know.
And he won't talk about it if he never win, and he won't want to talk about it if he did win. If he won it, he won't be speaking to you.
Well, we better not mention it, I don't believe.
Yeah, I'd love to know what happened, though.
Yeah, well, we'll find out someday. After this whole thing sort of blowed over, why, he'll more likely break down and tell us just exactly how he come out, you know.
Yeah, I'd rather know right now, though.
Yeah, but please don't ask him, Grandpap. Just don't bring up the subject. Don't even mention it. For my sake, don't do it.
For your sake?
Yeah. See, I feel sort of guilty about this whole thing myself. I was the one that actually talked Lum into going over to Hot Springs and singing in the contest. I don't know now why I ever done it, but, well, at the time it seemed like a good idea, I reckon, to me.
Well, I never could understand it myself, Abner, be right honest. Seemed pretty pigeon-toed to me.
Yeah, it was. I admit it now. I done wrong.
Hog calling contest, yes, but Lum singing don't sound like it.
No. I know now what a terrible embarrassing thing I got him into. I just hope he's still speaking to me, though.
Oh, he'll speak to you all right.
Well, I don't know.
Unless he win, that'll go to his head. He won't speak to nobody then.
Well, he ain't been writing to me, you know that. Doggett, I'm almost afraid to face him.
Well, now, you oughtn't to feel that way, Abner. You was just doing this to help Lum, just trying to get Miss Emmeline interested in him, and you sure done that, ain't you?
Well, yeah.
Of course you have. I know every time I've been in the store here the last few days, she's called up to find out what you've heard from him.
Yeah, but I don't know how she's going to feel towards him when she finds out what a terrible failure he was, though.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it? Yeah, I never had thought about that.
Oh, that's
might have spoiled everything.
Yeah, that'll be bad, Grandpa. See, she's been so proud of Lum ever since I got her to thinking that he had such a wonderful baritone voice, you know.
Well, Abner, you don't reckon there's a chance that Lum win that contest? Maybe second or third place, leastways.
No. Not with that voice of his and Grandpa.
No, that's right. I reckon not.
Well, you ought to know. You've heard him sing over at the church.
Yeah, I know I have. That's why I always try to set as far away from him as I can.
Yeah. Doggett, I wish I never had advised him to go to Hot Springs.
No, you made a mistake there. You oughtn't have did it. Yeah.
You know, Grandpap, I believe I'll get plumb out of the advice business. Just get plumb out of it. I'm a failure at it, sure as the world. Fact is, if I'm going to open up anything, I'm going to open up an unadvised business. I think that's what I'll do.
Do better at it, I believe, Abner.
Yeah, well, I ain't been doing good lately at the advice business, I know that.
Well, I know you sure never done no good for old Larry Hodgekins.
No, I know I never. I know.
You advised him to change jobs with his woman and his mom-in-law, so they went down to the liver stable to run that while Larry stayed home and done the washing, and now the liver stable's starting to make money, and his women folks won't let him back in it.
Grandpap, you don't need to tell me all that. I know it. Fact says I know it too well. Don't even want to bring the subject up. Old Ira keeps coming in here crying on my shoulder. Blames me for everything. So mad at me won't hardly speak except to bawl me out.
Natural.
Well, it just shows what you get when you try to help somebody. Just gratitude for you. Lose a friend over trying to help them.
Well, Abner, no feller ought to go around trying to tell some other feller how to run his business. I don't know how you come to start that in the first place. What in the world ever give you the idea that you could start an advice business?
Well, I advised one or two fellers about different things and turned out pretty good, and I just sort of thought I had a talents for it.
All right, Jiminy, wait a minute.
Huh?
There he comes.
Huh?
There's old Lum. He ain't changed a bit.
Oh, well, he's just been gone a few days. Natural won't be much of a change.
Look at them steps he's taking.
Recollect now, don't start asking him nothing about the singing contest.
Oh, no, I won't. I'd sure love to, though. I'm
Yeah,
just dying to
so
find
bad.
out how he come in.
Well, howdy, Lum, old boy. Come on in here, you old rascal.
Well, howdy, Abner. Hello there, Grandpap. Well, howdy, Lum.
Yeah, come on over here and sit down, Lum. That dog, it is sure good to see you home again.
Well, it's sort of nice to get back again. Yeah, more than likely be a little dull after all, after everything.
Yeah,
Well,
so.
how did you come? I mean, how was your trip, Lum? Oh, pretty good, Grandpap. Wasn't bad. You know how trips are. You go and you come.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the way they are. You go and you come.
Yeah. How you feeling, Lum?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. A little tired, of course. Especially my voice.
Oh.
Say, that reminds me, Lum, how did
Cash
you...
up, Grandpap.
Oh. I suppose you fellers been wondering about, wondering different stuff about me.
Yeah, we have, yeah. I've been wondering, how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well.
Little tired in my voice, though.
Uh-huh.
You know how a feller's voice will get when he uses it quite a lot.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Abner, don't you reckon we could just ask him?
No, Grandpap, no. Well, sit down, Lum, old boy. I don't... you're sitting down, ain't you? I reckon you've been sort of wondering how everything's been going at the store here, Lum.
Well, to be honest, Abner, I just ain't had much time to think about the store. I've been so busy with I've been busy.
Oh.
Yeah, been pretty busy.
Well, that's nice.
Abner, don't you think we...
No. Well, how are you, Lum? You said you was feeling all right, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm all right. A little tired in the voice is all.
Oh.
My voice.
Yeah.
Was anybody in the store asking about me while I was gone? Was any phone calls or anything?
Well, yeah, Miss, Emmeline called.
She did?
Yeah, the fact is she called my night every day you was gone.
Well, bless her heart. Did she ask about anything in particular?
Yeah, she wanted to know, how you come out, she wanted to know, how you was feeling, I think.
Is that all she asked?
Well, that's all I can think of right offhand, I believe.
Oh. She didn't ask about anything else, huh?
Well, it's hard for me to recollect, Lum. I've been so busy here at the store since you've been gone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, been busy. Papa helped me out some, or I never would have got to work, did.
Yeah. Say, Grandpap, you started asking me a question a while ago. What was that? Well, what I wanted to find out, Lum, is how you come out...
Grandpap.
Huh?
Don't you have to go on home now?
I know. I don't have to go home or no place else.
Didn't Charity call you and tell you to get on over to the place or something?
Not that I know of. Fact says she's over visiting Miss Pomeroy today.
Oh. Well, just watch yourself then.
Yeah, all right.
What's the matter? Is it too hot in here for you, Lum? Notice you keep opening the front of your coat there.
I believe it is a little warm in here, now that you mention it.
Well, I hadn't noticed it. Fact is, I thought it was sort of chilly. Didn't you, Grandpa?
Yeah, I did. I just sitting here wishing I had my fascinator on.
But if you're too warm, Lum, I'll open the window for you.
No, don't do that. I don't want to put you to no trouble.
Why, it ain't no trouble. Be proud to do it for
No,
me.
don't bother. I'll just slip my coat off here. It's too tight for me anyway.
Yeah, well, if you'd rather. Of course, I'll still be glad to open up the window. For the land's sakes, Lum, what's that pinned on your vest there? Looks like a ribbon of some kind.
Oh, well, that little old thing. I forgot it was still on.
Yeah, what's it for?
Oh, I don't know. I forget just now.
What's it say on there? What's that printing stuff?
Oh, don't ask me. I never did pay no attention to it.
Well, wait a minute. Stand still so I can read it here.
Yeah, there was so much clappering and hollering and whistling whenever they pinned it on me. I never did notice what it said.
4th Annual Choral Society State Singing Contest. First prize, Solo division.
First prize.
Hi, Doggies Lum, did you win first prize?
Is that what it says?
Why, Lum entered, you old rascal. Well, congratulations. Hi, Doggies, I knowed all the time I'll give you the right advice. Yes, sir, I'm a advisor if I ever seen.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Hi, Doggies Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Yesterday, Lum returned from the singing contest at Hot Springs and succeeded in thoroughly surprising everyone by displaying the first prize ribbon in the solo division. As we look in on the little community today, we find Cedric in the Jot 'em Down store and library talking to Abner about Lum's achievement. Listen.
Well, ain't you saw that ribbon that he win, Cedric?
No, Mom, I ain't saw it.
Well, he's got a pin right on his vest, on the left side. That's cute that you never noticed it.
Well, I ain't saw Mr. Lum since he got back from Hot Springs. Maybe that's why I never noticed the ribbon.
Oh, well, that might be the reason, yeah.
Did he actually win that state singing contest or whatever it was?
Why, of course he did. That's how come he got the ribbon.
Sakes. How could he win something like that?
Well, I don't know, Cedric, but he sure done it. He must just have natural singing talents that we never knowed about before, I reckon.
I never knowed about him, I know that.
Of course, you could say that I deserve some of the credit for this big success that Lum's made out of himself, too, Cedric. See, I was the one that encouraged him to go to Hot Springs and sing in the contest.
Well, how did he do it anyway? Just stand up there all by himself and sing loud as he could?
Well, I don't know, Cedric.
Is that what they go by, who can sing the loudest?
No, I don't think so, Cedric.
He sort of sings by main strength, I know.
Yeah, well, they don't go by that altogether, I don't reckon. How pretty you sing and how you can warble a note and all that counts, too, I think.
Well, just exactly how did he win the contest?
I don't know, Cedric. I ain't been able to get Lum to tell me much about it so far. He just keeps saying that it weren't nothing. Acts like winning singing contests is something that he done every day.
I know Papa's been wondering how he done it. He said Mr. Lum must have, what was that word now? He said Mr. Lum must have bribed the judges.
Oh, no, now, Lum wouldn't do nothing like that. That's sort of unlegal. Lum wouldn't do nothing unlegal if his life depended on it, I know that.
Well, Papa said that's the only way he could figure it out.
Yeah, well, I think your Papa's just a little jealous is all, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. I'll tell Papa that.
No, don't do that, Cedric. Just forget what I said. Quick as I find out some more stuff from Lum, I'll let you know, and then you can tell that to your Papa.
Yes, Mom.
You know, I was just thinking here this morning, Cedric. Always before, when Lum done something great, why, he's always went around bragging on himself so much that I got sick and tired of even seeing him in the store. But now, when he won't tell me hardly nothing, why, he just got my curiosity up to where I can't hardly stand it.
Oh, what was that again now, Mr. Abner?
I say, nothing. Just skip it, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, you better tell me what it is you said, though, so I'll know what it is I'm supposed to skip.
Well, it weren't nothing, Cedric. By the way, how come you ain't in school this morning?
Oh, we're having an extra long recess today 'cause Mr. Lum's over there talking to the teacher, Miss Platt.
Oh, is he over there?
Yes, Mom. Some kind of a school business, they said.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that school business. Oh, Mr. Edders, you're such a hero to win the contest.
Mom.
Oh, it weren't nothing for a feller like me, Miss Emmeline. Ha, ha, ha.
Mom.
Oh, please sing something for me in your Miller baritone voice.
Oh, well, all right. She's a real sad tomato. She's a busted valentine.
Cedric, for the land's sakes, cut that out.
Well, you asked me to sing.
Well, I never meant you. I was just imitating Lum and Miss Emmeline.
Well, see, that sounded pretty good, though, didn't it? She's awful sad tomato.
Cedric, now hush that up.
Maybe I ought to enter that singing contest, too. Reckon when the next one's gonna be?
I don't know, Cedric. But I hope it ain't gonna be for a long time.
She's a sad tomato.
Cedric, I wish you'd stop that. That just sounds terrible.
What's a sad tomato, Mr. Abner?
I don't know, Cedric. Don't know.
Must be something or they wouldn't bother to write a whole song about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't keep up on such things as that. You better be getting back to school, too, Cedric. I got work to do around the store here.
Oh, they won't be done talking yet.
Well, just sit there and be quiet then. See, I gotta put up that order for Miss Palmer over
Reckon
here.
what a sad tomato is.
I put that up. I don't believe
Ask
I
a
have.
tomato sometime. Say, Mr. Abner.
What is it? 2 cans of corn.
Reckon me and Mr. Lum could team up together?
Team up?
Yes, Mom. Him and me could be a singing trio and go to New York and be in a big show, maybe.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. I'd love to see that show.
Mom, I would, too. Only I'd be singing in it, so I'd never get to see it, would I?
Uh-huh. Can of baking soda, box of tapioca's here.
Doggone it anyways. That's just my luck.
Can of cool.
Here I am in the first big show I was ever in, and now I won't even get to see it. Doggone the heck anyways.
Cedric, watch your language here.
Well, why am I so unlucky, Mr. Abner?
For the land's sake, Cedric, that's just plumb silly.
Well, why am I?
Well, in the first place, you ain't unlucky. And in the second place, don't get, wait a minute. There comes old Lum up out there.
Oh, good.
Maybe I can get him to tell me some more
We'll
about
see that
what happened
ribbon.
in the contest now.
Yes, Mom, and I can discuss teaming up with him.
No, Cedric, don't mention that. You've got to get back to school now. They'll have you standing in the corner the first thing you know. Get on over there.
Flying fishes play. Well, howdy, Abner. Hello there, Cedric.
Yeah, say, Lum, I want to ask you.
Say, I want you to listen to something.
Cedric, don't
She's
start
a
that.
real sad tomato. She's a busted valentine.
Oh, me.
For goodness sakes, what in the world is that?
Don't pay no attention to him, Lum. He's got the idea that he's a great singer like you are. Cedric, you got to get on back over to school there now.
Yeah, they've taken up books there again, Cedric, so you better hurry up over there or Miss Emmeline will have to mark you tardy.
Yeah, better hurry, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. Well, you think that idea over, Mr. Lum?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I'll do it, Cedric.
So long. See you later.
So long.
Here's that boy. He can sure be a nuisance when he takes a notion to do it.
You know, what idea am I supposed to be thinking over?
Oh, he just got the idea that him and you ought to team up into a singing trio and join up with some show in New York or something like that.
In New York? For pity's
He
sake.
gets the worst one idea there, boy, I ever seen in my life.
Yeah. You know, Abner, there's the prettiest set of blue eyes I ever seen.
On Cedric? Well, his eyes are sort of brown and green.
I don't mean him. I mean Miss Emmeline.
Oh, her.
Yeah, Granny. There's a wonderful woman, Abner. A wonderful woman.
Yeah. Well, she's well thought of here in the community. I know that. The women folk seems to like her.
Grannies.
Was you singing for her this morning?
Singing for her.
Yeah. Cedric said you was over at the schoolhouse, and I know how she loves that baritone's voice.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing no singing. We just discussing school business is all.
Oh. Well, say, Lum, about this singing stuff. Just tell me exactly about how that contest over at Hot Springs went. I'm just dying to know.
Well, there ain't nothing to tell, Abner. I went there and sung and come home with the first prize ribbon. That's all they are to it.
Well, did you have to sing more than once? I mean, was some of the singers illuminated in the first round, like in a checker contest or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it was. Yeah, some of them was illuminated, I believe.
Oh. Well, was that little 7-year-old boy in the contest?
Yeah, I believe he was in it.
Well.
There was so many singers there, I forget most of them now.
Well, was he a pretty good singer, that little young'un?
Yeah, for a little kid of a boy, he weren't bad at all.
No match for the growed-ups, so I don't reckon.
Oh, no, of course not. Couldn't hardly expect him to be, little as he was.
No.
Couldn't sing loud, too.
Oh, no, bless his heart. Well, what song did you sing, Lum, on the road to Mandolin?
Mandalay. Yeah, I sung that.
Well, every time you sung, did you sing that, or did you just sort of switch around to something else?
No, I stuck to that one pretty close.
Oh. Well, Lum, just be honest now. How did you manage to win first prize? Weren't the judges listening very good or something?
Why, of course they was. They had to. That was their job. Are you insinuating I cheated or something?
No, I ain't doing that, Lum. I just wondered. Did you get a lot of wavering and quivering in your voice, or what?
Abner, I can't answer all them questions. All I know is that I sung, and I just natural got wonderful talents for singing baritone. That's about the whole there are to it.
Oh.
I don't recollect exactly how I done it.
Must have been different.
Some fellers happen to be good at one thing, others good at something else. I just happen to be extra good at singing.
Just comes to you natural, huh?
Yeah.
Easy for you. Don't have to work hard at it.
That's right. Nothing to it for me.
Dogged, I wished I had talents like that. I would just love to be able to sing that way. Are you going to take this up steady and make a careers out of it, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. Hadn't really thought much about it. I suppose I'll more than likely get a lot of offers. Hollywood, and moving pictures, and radio, and all that, but I don't know.
Wait a minute, I believe that's our ring. I'll get you. Sit there and rest now.
I doubt if I'll take many of them offers.
Hello, jot 'em down store. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, yes, Miss Simpson.
May just wait for television, I don't know.
When is that?
Corner.
Why, sure he would. Oh, I know he'd love it.
Of course I would.
Why, it ain't no bother at all. It's so easy for him, you know. Yes, well, I'll tell him. All right. Goodbye.
What was that?
Right, Douglas, there's good news for you, Lum. Sister Simpson has you all set to sing a solo for the Woman's Charity Bazaar, and they want you to sing the same song that you sung in the contest.
Oh, for pity's sakes, call her up and tell her I can't be there.
Can't be there?
I've lost my voice. I can't hardly talk now.
What was that?
I said I've lost my voice. Can't you hear nothing?
Oh.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I know this, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, since Lum has returned to Pine Ridge as the winner of the state singing contest, the town has decided to pay tribute to him by asking him to sing at the forthcoming Charity Bazaar. Lum, however, seemed a little reluctant to accept the invitation. As we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpappy Spears in the Jot 'em Down store talking to Abner. Listen.
Oh, you Grandpap, you sure you want that much flour?
Yeah, that's what Charity's got wrote down there. Here, you can see it for yourself. That's her printing right there.
What are you going to do, paper the house again?
I don't know how she's cooking it.
That's wrong, sure as the world, Grandpap, that much, I know.
Yeah, I think why she wants that much is because she's going to bake up a whole batch of bread and rolls and cakes and junk for that charity bazaar they're having next week.
Oh, sure. Well, why didn't you say so? Yes, you'll need that much, I guess, then.
You got the spices, didn't you?
Yeah, got 'em down. Did you hear who's going to be the star performers at that bazaar?
Star performer.
Hey, old Lum gonna sing a solo.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Reckon he'll more likely sing the same song that he win the contest with.
Well, I hope he does, Abner. I'd love to hear that.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
You know, I never used to think he's much of a singer.
Well, me neither.
It shows how wrong a feller can be.
Yeah, well, he's wrong about it. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. More likely, we just never appreciated good singing, taking them judges over at Hot Springs to discover how good Lum actually is.
Yeah, and them judges ought to know if anybody does.
Sure. Yeah.
Has Lum been practicing up for this?
Well, he says he don't need to practice. Just comes natural to him, he says.
Yeah, that's the best way to sing. There ain't no one thing I hate worse than a trained voice. Can't never make out a single word they're saying.
Yeah, well, you take Sister Simpson. Now, she had singing lessons. Wait a minute. I gotta get the phone here.
Yeah, go ahead. I better tote these groceries on home.
Yeah, all right. Hello, John, I'm down store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, well, how are you, Miss Emmeline?
Goodness, that is a lot of stuff.
No, Lum ain't here right now. Oh, pretty quick, I reckon. Tell him what? Oh, yes, Mom. Yes, Mom, I'll tell him. Yeah, I'll have him call you when he comes in. All right. Goodbye.
Who is that, Miss Emmeline?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was. Jiminy, she's sure interested in old Lum these days, ain't she?
Yeah. Facts is, Grandpap, you know I'm supposed to tell him not to make no plans for tonight, 'cause she wants him to come over there.
Yeah, by Jiminy, that Lum's a goer, ain't he? He's a goer. I don't know what it is about him that makes the women folks fall for him that way. Personal, I can't see it myself.
Well, in this case, it's that deep Miller baritone's voice, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I better get this pigeon-toed junk home or Charity'll have a flat-footed conniption fit.
Yeah, you better get started.
Say, might start taking breakfast over at your place, Abner.
Breakfast?
Yeah, see, when Charity gets to baking up stuff for a bazaar, there just ain't a bow-legged inch of space for me to set in there in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth will more likely start cooking for the bazaar too, Grandpap. We won't have no more room than you got over there. Don't come around here trying to beg breakfast off of me.
No, well, maybe both of those have to sit down in the restaurant for a few days.
Yeah, we can go down there and eat, I reckon.
Well, I better be skedaddling. I'll see you later, Abner.
Yeah, all right, go on. You keep threatening to
Well, better get your phone there. I think that is your...
Oh, here it is. So long, Grandpap.
Yeah, so long.
And they're mumbling. Hello, John, I'm down store. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Mom? Oh, excuse me. I thought that was our ring. Yeah, who is this, Miss Goshen? Well, I thought that sounded like your voice. How's Emmett? Oh, excuse me. Yes, Mom, I'll hang up. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom.
Say, Abner. Oh, you're on the phone now.
Well, I'm doing it. Goodbye. Doggies. It's secret, this stuff.
Well, what was that?
Oh, wrong place, I reckon.
Wasn't Sister Simpson, was it?
No, Miss Goshen. She's talking Miss Saxon. I think I couldn't hear her quite. She's talking all the time.
You mean automobile?
I don't know who it was. I just heard her say Miss Saxon, and she told me to hang up and please get off the phone.
Well, I wish you'd call Sister Simpson and tell her I won't be able to sing at that bazaar.
Won't be able to sing?
No, I was looking forward to it, but I found out I'm just going to be too busy that night. Got too much work to do, Dad blame it.
What's all this work you gotta do?
Oh, different stuff. You know how them things are.
How what things are?
Oh, different things. Store business and all that.
Well, Lon, we just run the store in the daytime. The bazaar's going to be at night.
Yeah, I know that, but we've got to take inventory, and that night's about the only time I can see to do it.
Well, we've always been able to do that in the daytime before.
Yeah, but things are different now, Abner. Help's hard to get, and everybody's got to work longer hours. Things are different. Ain't no getting around it.
Yeah, but, Lon, don't you recollect
No, sir, that's the only way I can figure it. Have to do it that night. Business before pleasure, I've always said that.
You never practiced it, but you said
Singing is a big pleasure to me, but I just can't let that influence me now. I've got to get my work done first.
Yeah, but, Lon, don't you recollect I've done took the inventories?
Yeah,
I done it while you was over at Hot Springs singing in the contest. Papa helped me with it, a little. You ought to recollect that. You was the one that suggested I do it before you went away.
That's right, ain't it?
Why, sure.
Yeah.
So you see, Lum, you don't need to worry about that at all. I bound you're glad that you told me to do that now, ain't you?
Oh, yeah, terrible glad. Tickle plum today.
Now you can go on over there and sing with a clean conscience.
Yeah, that's good news, all right. Of course, I ain't so sure I could sing over there with a clear conscience.
Why not? Ain't no work to do. When he comes up, I'll be glad to do it for you. Doggies, the whole town's looking forward to hearing you sing, Lum.
Yeah, I know, but I'm afraid it just hurt Frank Foster's feelings, Abner.
Frank Foster? What in the world has he got to do with it?
Well, you know how he always done all the solo singing around town anytime any celebrate comes up. They generally always call on Frank to sing.
Yeah, I know that. Sure.
If I go over there, it's going to make him feel terrible bad. Especially when he hears how much better I can sing than he can.
Don't you worry about that, Lum. You can't even begin to compare it. Oh, wait a minute. You win that contest, oh, you must be better than him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you can see that it just get Frank so tore up, he'd go off and suicide himself or do something serious.
Oh, I don't think he'd go that far,
Well,
hardly.
he might. He takes his singing pretty serious.
I don't believe he'd suicide himself over it, though, Lum.
Well, I just don't want to take no chance. I like Frank too much for that.
Good friend, yeah.
If this happened to him, I'd always feel like I was to blame and I never would forgive myself.
Yeah, well, I can see how you feel, Lum, but I believe I got some good news for you on that, too.
Good news.
Yeah, Frank Foster's going to be out of town, so he couldn't sing there even if they asked him.
He is.
Yeah, some business trip. He's telling me about it yesterday.
Well, like granny's, I know I ain't going to sing at the bazaar now, then. I ain't playing second fiddle to nobody.
They don't want you to play the fiddle. They want you to sing.
I don't mean that.
Old Dad False is the one that plays the fiddle. They always get him. All you're supposed to do, Lum, is just sing a deep Miller baritone solo.
Well, what I mean is, it just looks to me like they asked me to sing because they couldn't get Frank Foster.
No, that ain't it, Lum. They want you because you win that contest. That's the reason.
Well, I just can't make it, and that's all they are to it.
Well, everybody wants to hear you and find out how you win that thing. Don't you want to sing over there?
Oh, sure, I want to sing, Abner. I want to do it the worst way, but, well, just some other business engagement has came up, I think.
What business engagement?
Well, I can't tell you what it is now. I'm supposed to keep it confidential.
Oh.
I'm sorry about this, but that's the way it is. So you better call up Sister Simpson and tell her I just can't make it.
Yeah, all right. Everybody's sure going to be disappointed, though. Special Miss Emmeline, I know she's looking forward to hearing you.
Yeah, no way, but I just can't help it, Abner.
Yeah, by the way, that reminds me you're supposed to call her, too, Lum.
I am.
Yes, she called here a while ago and told me to tell you not to make no plans for tonight. Says she wants you to come over there to her place.
Wants me to come over there?
Yeah.
Are you sure about this?
That's what she said. Said, tell him not to make no other appointments for tonight.
Well, bless her heart. There's a wonderful woman, Abner.
And you're supposed to call her. Don't forget that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to.
Her ring is 2 shorts and a long and a short.
Don't tell me what the ring is. That's one ring I know forwards and backwards.
Doggy sure looks like her and you are hitting it off pretty good these days, Lum.
Oh, yeah. When she looks at me with them big blue eyes of hers turned up at me, I'll tell you. Wait a minute. Hello, Miss Emmeline?
Doggy, look at him.
This is Lum.
Blush.
Hey, I understand you called up a while ago.
He's ready to beat.
Why, no, I ain't planned a thing for tonight.
Look at him.
Oh, sure, I'd love to.
Twisting, squirming like a feller being pestered by a wasp.
About 8 o'clock, huh? Oh, no, I'm sure I haven't planned a thing for tonight, honest.
He had, he'd call it off.
Bring what? Oh.
Happy comeback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. Best news I've heard today. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'm happy, too. Well, I'll see you tonight, Miss Emily. Yes, Mom. Goodbye.
Doggies, what happened to you there, Lum? You sort of run down there during that phone call. Sound like you come unwinded.
Abner, did you know that Miss Emmeline plays the piano?
Well, good. Maybe her and you can get together for a sing-song sometime.
That's done been thought of.
Well?
They've got her to play the piano for my solo at the bazaar, and I'm supposed to go over to her house tonight and practice.
Well, that is nice. Doggy, you sure have had more good news today, Lum.
Yeah, I'm the happiest man in the whole world.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, when contest winner Lum was scheduled to sing at the Pine Ridge Charity Bazaar, he appeared to be trying to sidestep the engagement. However, since Miss Emmeline Platt has been chosen to accompany him, he's agreed to make the appearance. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store. Lum is just entering. Listen.
Come in. Oh, well, morning, Lum.
Morning, Abner.
Say, Lum, Miss Emmeline called about 15 minutes ago and said that she'd fixed it up so you and her can rehearse your solo tonight.
Oh, she did, huh?
Yeah. I thought you rehearsed last night.
Well, we did. That is, we was going to, but it got so cold over there at the church that we had to give it up.
The church?
Yeah.
Is that where you rehearsed?
Yeah, that was about the only place where there was a piano we could use.
Well, if you got too cold, why didn't you just put some wood in the stove there?
Well, I couldn't find no wood.
Well, there's a whole big stack of it right outside the church there on the north side, Lum.
Well, it was dark, and I couldn't tell where it was at.
Well, Lord me, you knowed it was there. That's where the firewood's been kept for, I don't know how many years.
Well, I couldn't find it, so just let it go.
Yeah, sure. Still seems peculiar, though. Fact is, Doggies, now to think about it, Lum, you helped stack that wood up over there. And I know you've toted it into the church there lots of times. I saw it.
Haven't I told you to just let it go? Do you have to keep harping about the wood?
No, it's all right. Me, I reckon. You didn't get no rehearsing done at all last night, huh?
Yeah, not hardly any.
How?
It was just too cold in there for a delicate woman like her. Her little white hands got all stiff with the cold and blue. Besides that, I weren't in voice.
Weren't in voice?
No, not even halfway in.
What in the world does that mean?
That's a term us singers use. Means your voice ain't in the mood to sing.
Oh, well,
Means your singing voice is under standard.
Sounds bad, you mean?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Oh. Well, will it be in voice for the bazaar Saturday night?
Oh, yeah, reckon so.
Oh, well, good. Everybody in town sure anxious to hear you sing, Lum.
Yeah, I know they are.
I heard in a sort of a roundabout way that Miss Emmeline's awful proud because she's going to get to play the piano for you that night.
Well, whereabouts did you hear that?
Oh, I heard it. Elizabeth, Miss Barton, Miss Blevins, usual grapevine, you know.
She said she's proud, huh?
Yeah. You know, I believe she sure enough admires you, Lum.
You reckon so,
Oh, I know it. This old singing idea sure worked out good for you, you know it?
Well, in a way it has, yeah.
Well, in every way it has, I'd say. Heap better than I ever figured it would, I know that. You know, Lum, when I encouraged you to go to Hot Springs to that contest, I never in the world figured you was a good enough singer to actually win it. But you sure fooled me.
Yeah, fooled you all right. More ways than one, I'm feared.
Huh?
Well, there comes Squire Skimp up out there.
Oh.
Ain't saw him since he been back, hardly.
Yeah, he was in just the day before you got back, wanting to know how you come out in the contest. He was interested in you.
Yeah, that's the trouble. I wish everybody wasn't so interested in my singing. It's embarrassing.
Yes, huh?
Why, of course it is.
Well, gentlemen.
Yeah, howdy, Squire.
Come on in, Squire.
What can we do for you today?
Well, nothing, Lum. That is in the line of merchandise. But I would like a little information from you.
Information.
Yes, just to keep the facts straight, you know. I guess you'd be glad to know, Lum, that I'm including an item about you in my weekly items to the county sheet paper.
Article about me?
Yes.
Are you still sending in that news every week to the paper, Squire?
Oh, yes, I'm still doing that, Abner. It's printed under the heading of the Pine Ridge Pickups, you know.
Oh, sure, I know. Yeah, I read it every week. But I thought Sister Simpson was doing that now.
Oh, no. Newspaper reporting is still a man's job, Abner. And if I do say so myself, my journalistic prose is one of the better features of the paper.
Yeah, well, I like the way it's wrote myself, yeah.
Wait a minute, Squire. Just what is this article about?
Well, Lum, it's about your forthcoming musical performance at the Charity Bazaar Saturday night. Here, I'll read it to you, and you can check the facts for accuracy.
Well, Squire,
Mr. Lum Edwards of Pine Ridge, Arkansas, the recent winner of first place in the solo division of the State Choral Society Singing Contest, made his local debut last Saturday night. See, I have to write that in the past tense because this issue of the paper won't be out until next week, Lum.
Well, just a minute, Squire. I don't believe you ought to print that in the paper.
Well, why not, Lum? That's the kind of news we want in the paper. I guess you don't realize it, but you're somewhat of a celebrity now, you know.
I am.
Oh, yes, indeed. And there hasn't been a thing about your prize-winning achievement in our county seat paper yet, either.
Yeah, I know they ain't. And I'd sort of like to keep it out of the paper.
Oh, tut, Lum, that's the wrong attitude. You must remember that when you get to be a celebrity, Lum, your life belongs more or less to your public. Oh, yes, indeed, Lum. And on the other hand, why you want a piece in the paper about this so that you can clip it out and put it in your scrapbook. All those things are nice to keep, Lum. Years to come, you look back over that and read it with a lot of delight. Yes, I believe another idea too, Lum. I was thinking about this morning. It might be nice to have a picture of you too.
Picture, yes.
Yes, a photograph. I'll send it in with my item, and then they can make a cut of it and run it in the paper.
Could he?
Well, that's what they have to do, Lum. They'll put a picture in the paper. They make what they call a cut. And it should be as recent the pictures you have, too.
Well, I ain't got no photograph to send, I'll tell you that right now.
You have done it, Lum. You got some pictures around here, Summers. Fact is, I Kodaked them myself.
I've lost all them pictures, though, I think.
Well, we've got some of you over at the house. There's that one where you're laying on that bearskin rug. Don't show your face very good, though.
Abner, now, don't you get that picture out. That was took when I was just a baby.
Well, we've got some others around there. I know we have.
Well, none of them are no good, though. I wouldn't send none of them.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do, Lum. Why don't you go down to Fred Elkin's gallery and have him snap some new pictures of you?
Yeah, that's a good idea, Lum. You need some new pictures took anyway.
No, I can't do that.
Well, why not?
Well, just cause.
Well, I don't see no reason why you oughtn't to do it. I think it's a good idea myself.
Well, government don't want you to spend money for non-essential things nowadays.
Well, no.
That's one reason. We're supposed to save our money, put it in war bonds. Every time you spend money for something you don't need, you're making it harder to keep inflation down.
Well, yes, you're right about that, Lum, but those photographs will just run you $1 or so.
No. It runs into more money than that. For incidents, I'd have to buy a new suit for it.
A new suit? Just to have your picture took?
Why, sure.
Oh,
That blue serge of mine's getting pretty frayed around the edges. I ain't going to buy a new suit now because we're supposed to make our old things new. Not buy nothing we don't actually need.
Well, Lum, I don't believe you actually need to buy a new suit just for that.
Yes, I would. And I can't do it because it ain't in my budget plan.
Your budget plan?
Yes, sir. Don't you keep one of them now?
No. Or not that I know of, I don't know.
Well, you'd know it if you was.
Well, I ain't then.
Well, you ought to. Everybody ought to plan his spending and his saving both these days.
Oh.
Best way in the world to keep track of your money and make sure that it goes where it'll do the most good, where it'll help win the war the quickest.
Now, Lum, you're just making excuses now. You know good and well planning how you're going to spend your money won't help win the war.
Well, it will, too.
You
don't realize how important it is for us to fight inflation and to figure out your budget so as you can buy as many war bonds as you possibly can. Ain't that right, Squire?
Well, yes, that is right, Lum. Winning our economic war here at home is a mighty big factor in winning the military war, yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I can't possible have no pictures took, so you better just forget the photograph and the article both, Squire.
Well, yes, Lum.
No, Squire, that's the way it's got to be. Just can't see no other way out of it. Now, if you gentlemen will excuse me, I'll run over and see if the mail's come in yet.
Yeah, well, if that's the way you want it, Lum.
Yeah, I'm afraid it'll have to be that way, Squire. Thanks just the same, though. I'll be back directly, Abner.
Yeah, all right.
By George, Abner, I don't know what's come over Lum. Always before, he's pestered me to death, trying to get me to slip his name into the news somewhere. And now, when a good, legitimate reason comes along, he suddenly becomes modest. I just don't understand it.
Well, I know what it is, Squire. He's just acting that way. Actually, he's just dying to get his name in the paper.
Do you really think so?
Why, sure. I've known Lum too long. He thinks he's using some of that psychology stuff of his. I'll tell you what, Squire. You send that article in. I'll get you a photograph to go with it.
Well, are you sure we're doing the right thing here now, Abner?
Oh, it'll just tickle him plumb to death. I'll go get a picture right now, Squire. I might even get that of him on the bearskin rug.